Hello, this is Ashley Newton and Sarah Sessums, and today we're going to talk about plants that are toxic to cats and dogs. We chose this topic because many pet owners are not aware of what plants they might have in and around their house and how big of issues they can cause to their pets. The plants that we chose to discuss today are ones that are either local to the area, popular, or very toxic to their pets. We're starting off with azaleas. These are a plant that a lot of people have right in their front yards. They might not even know that that's what they have, but they can be an extreme toxic plant to cats and dogs. Even just eating a few of the leaves can cause some serious problems. As you can see here, the signs that you're looking for are pretty intense, and it can lead to some pretty severe things pretty quickly. Next, we chose lilies because a lot of people do get lilies around Easter time or in the spring, whether it's in a bouquet or just a nice gift that was brought over to the house. If cats get into these, however, they can cause some pretty serious problems that can lead to organ function later on. So you do definitely want to know if your cat ate any lilies.
The next plant we are talking about are daffodils, and they are toxic to both dogs and cats with moderate severity. The bulbs are the most poisonous part of the plant. The signs are gastrointestinal, and the worst of them being seizures and cardiac arrhythmias. We chose oleanders because they are also another common plant here in Florida and the South. They are toxic to both dogs and cats with moderate severity, and they cause a lot of GI shines, with the worst being muscle tremors and potentially cardiac failure if they ingest enough. The sago palm is also another popular one here in Florida. And it's toxic to both dogs and cats and can be very severe. The seed is actually the most toxic part of the plant. So in smaller animals, that can cause gastrointestinal obstruction, and then the ingestion of it in general can cause liver damage, which leads to blood clotting problems and liver failure, ultimately leading to death. We chose tulips because they're another popular one for springtime. The highest toxicity is actually in the bulb, similar to other spring flowers, and it causes mild signs as in vomiting, depression, diarrhea, and hypersalivation. We put Dieffenbachia and elephant's ears together because they're in the same family. They're also plants that are common in yards and other public places such as parks and doctor's offices and places along those lines. They cause their damage mostly locally in the mouth with oral irritation and swelling and tingling, and that's basically it. Aloe is one that people often have in their backyards or on their back porches to use in case of burns to help soothe the burn. So it's a good one to know that is toxic. It causes mild to moderate toxicity to your dogs and cats with vomiting, diarrhea, up to anorexia and tremors. Our next plant is the yew, which is here in Florida some, but also a lot more up north. The toxicity is very severe, and it is on the list of top 10 most toxic plants to pets, so that's why we included it. The signs can unfortunately be death from acute cardiac failure. Sometimes you will have early signs of muscle tremors, difficulty breathing, and seizures, so it's a good one to make sure that your pet stays away from. The last plant we chose was kalanchoe. We chose it because it's another one that you might have around your house on a bookshelf or by the pool or in a terrarium that especially cats would get into if you have it up in high places. The toxicity is mild with vomiting and diarrhea.
So these are just a few of the plants that we chose to really talk about. Basically, if your pet eats any kind of a plant, it's always good to figure out, if it's going to cause a problem or not. Both the ASPCA, Animal Poison Control Center, as well as the Pet Poison Helpline have really great client information out there that you can get to help learn about plant safety. Both of them work really well with veterinarians to be able to help diagnose a case. And basically, I would recommend reaching out to one of those should your pet get into any kind of plants. While contacting either of these companies does require that you pay a fee, you do get to speak to a toxicologist and get a case number to help work with the veterinarian on diagnosing, treating, and the best route for recovery from any of these toxic plants.
How do you say that?
Once you show up to the vet or talk to them about what's going on with your pet, depending on what kind of plant they ate, your vet may want to do some different diagnostics, testing, possibly hospitalize with fluids, start medications, or even induce vomiting, just kind of depending on what you think they got into. So basically, the vet is probably the best option for your first number to call. We hope this presentation has helped you make you a little bit more aware of the different plants that are out there and how they can cause a lot of harm to both cats and dogs. We have just the websites for both of the companies in case you want to go on and look for more information or request some materials to be sent to you. Thank you for your time and have a good day.